What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Cleveland Pulse YouTube channel. I am your host, Justin Harold, and with me, as always, my co-host, Jeff Santa. Today, we are bringing you some more Browns news, some more free agency signing slash tampering, but this time, some re-signings, some old faces that we've had here on the team in recent years. One who's been here more recently and showed more of a starting role, and one who's been here a little bit longer and has been here and done things, I suppose. So
For sure.
he's not my favorite, but we're gonna get into it. The first one, but before that, I can't go before I ask Jeff this. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I know you don't like Takitaki, man. I don't know what your beef is, though.
I don't think Mac Wilson should have been the one to go. That's I'll say it.
I heard we were, funnily enough, I heard we were linked to Mac Wilson. If we were
I
talking
saw
about
that too.
linebackers. That's
I
so
saw
funny.
that
He
too.
was not good, though.
He wasn't great, but neither was Takitaki. Let's be honest. I think Mac just had more potential in my mind, and I think that
That's fair.
he played. I thought he played outside linebacker way better than he played middle linebacker because he was always in and out at the position.
Mac Wilson could have been a Joe Woods casualty.
Yeah, I think that's very possible. Just like Jacob Phillips could also have been a Joe Woods casualty.
Forget about Jacob Phillips. Holy moly.
Yep. I mean, Jeff. Before we even
LSU
start
guys.
talking about Takitaki, we talked about the linebacker room and who we had, and we didn't even realize that we still had a Deion Sanders, not a Takitaki, a Tony Fields, and a Jacob Phillips.
Turns
And
out
the room is filled, but it's filled with a bunch of do we know what we're getting out of these kind of guys? That's my feeling with Takitaki. What am I getting out of him? A special teams player? That's just my beef.
Turns out that there was only 2 or 3 watchable Browns players on defense last year, and it was Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, and Martin Emerson, and Greg Newsome. Pretty much everybody else I didn't even look at, I guess, on the screen. But I'm in for Takitaki. Here's the thing. He's got the experience with the team. He knows some of these defensive guys. He could be like a liaison for Schwartz. You never know. Kind of hey, what's work with linebackers going all the way back to 2019, and then he was on the 2020 playoff team. That defense had 5 turnovers in the playoff game. So I'm fine with Takitaki. I know you don't like him. I like the other re-signing better, believe me, but we'll go from there.
Yeah, I just think that it is important to keep depth at a position that we've had the worst, I guess you could say, luck with, or whatever you want to call it.
Such bad luck.
It's Walker, Phillips, Takitaki. Just that's in 1 year. That's three of your guys instantly. Boom, down. JOK was injured in and out last year. You need the depth. I understand it. I don't think outside of needing guys to play special teams, I don't know if we bring in another linebacker if he's going to see downs on the defensive side of the ball. I think realistically, he's a special teamer guy, and that's what it'll be for the rest of his career.
I mean, yeah, we'll see what Schwartz wants to do. I'm curious to see how he tries to fix that position if we do some other things as far as signing more people in the linebacker room or maybe shuffling people around. I mean, I don't think Anthony Walker's going to be back on the roster. I would like him back if he was fully healthy, and I know he could, produce, but I just not sure if it's a possibility. And like you said, if they could stay healthy, they might have a chance to be okay. But if JOK isn't healthy, it's going to be an uphill battle anyway for that position group.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was the first signing of the offseason, so we had to talk about it, had to give a little love to Takitaki, even if I have my skepticisms about him. But we are going to move on to the second re-signing of the offseason, and a very interesting talking point for multiple reasons. Ethan Pocic, the center who stepped in for one Nick Harris last season when Nick Harris got hurt in the preseason opener. And Pocic ended up ranking among centers in pass block win rate at 96.2%. He ranked 5th, and 4th in run block win rate at 74.6%. Jeff, Bill Callahan just doing his damn job here again and again.
Typical.
Just talk about it a little bit.
I mean, it's just I feel bad for Nick Harris with this re-signing because, and I've seen this point. And I do understand this point because we were told all offseason last year, that we got rid of Treader. We didn't want to pay him. Nick Harris was the guy. We all believe in Nick Harris. And now Nick Harris has an injury. Pocic comes in, and now it's like, oh, all right, scramble to re-sign Pocic. It's a good value deal. I do get it. I think that there's going to be some thought and some rumors that maybe another lineman, probably Teller, gets moved. You bump Pocic over there, and then you put Nick Harris at center. I think that that's crazy, wild version of the scenario. Regular version is just Pocic was the third best center in the league last year behind the two guys who played in the Super Bowl, and he graded well with PFF. He was really good. I mean, it's just like whoever we put on the offensive line for the most part, for the good percentage of the time they're out there, is really good, and that's mostly due to Bill Callahan.
Yeah, it's basically bringing anyone off the streets. Bill Callahan will make them a Pro Bowler or something within 2 years. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Obviously, like you said, Jeff, the Nick Harris conversation is going to be one that's rampant all offseason long,
Sure.
unless we are told at the beginning of camp and whatnot that, hey, one or the other is the starter, and that's just how it's going to be. You could see a positional battle, but, like, it's tough to have a positional battle on the offensive line. Either you got it or you don't got it. You can go back to when Wyatt Teller first came here, and he was in a position battle at right guard, and we went through 3 guards, and all of them stunk. Even Wyatt Teller that first year kind of stunk, and then after the offseason came back and was a Pro Bowler. So very clearly, Bill Callahan is a warlock and is keeping his secrets to himself and just working his magic on this offensive line. But very good stuff here. I think, like you said, great value out of Barry here, 3 years. And it gives you that cushion of like, all right, we can kind of see if we can move him to guard or if we need to keep him at center. Can we move Nick Harris's guard, or does he need to be the center? Lots of get kind of just, like you said, a low-key signing, but at the same time has implications.
Barry's timing is just so good with some of these contracts. Like, that's half your battle being in a front office in pro sports, is just being able to sign people while they're good enough that you're like, okay, let's actually extend them, but they're not too elite where they're have all the leverage with contract discussions. Sure, he had a really good year. One good year at the center position is not enough to hold out or just test the market and see where else you could get money from. It's an important position, don't get me wrong, but it's not a flashy position in the league. It's not like people are paying top dollar for the center position because of the nature of how it functions, how it works, and just how a lot of people could fulfill that role. Not at an elite level, but at a serviceable level. But he has the really good year. Barry's like, all right, we might as well just get on this before he has another really good year, and then he's garnering top position money. So I'm in for it. I'm in for that extension.
That's a great point, because he did that with Teller. Teller came off the good year and was instantaneously extended.
There's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, but your point about Barry jumping on that before it gets out of control, and before it's like, all right, well, we have to give him what everyone else is going to give him, or let him walk. So I think those are great points. But Jeff, unless you got anything else, I think we call this one a wrap.
I think we're good. I think I don't know. Do you think there'll be any other re-signings like that?
Like, AJ Green got technically re-signed, but it doesn't pop up on any of the Browns notifications. I looked on their transactions.
Maybe that's not official yet. Maybe they're in contract issues. We'll see, though. I think it's interesting to see who we bring in from free agency, also who we extend. So we'll keep a monitor on it.
Absolutely. But if you all made it through the end of this video, thank you very much. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. We do have a lot of videos coming out this week with free agency and tampering, beginning with the Browns, and we still have stuff going on. So make sure you guys are hitting that bell notification after you subscribe. Make sure you guys comment. Who do you think might else get re-signed? I don't know who is available for re-signing. We know not Conklin. Wills is up for a 5th-year option. We'll see how that goes down. But with that all being said, we'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.